10 animals evolution probably had no business making. Let's do this. Starting at number 10, we have the platypus, native to eastern Australia where it lives around freshwater rivers and streams. This animal just looks like it has too many tabs open. It has the bill of a duck, the tail of a beaver, webbed feet, and it's a mammal. But apparently picking one theme was too easy. And somehow, it lays eggs but still produces milk. So this animal is basically nature saying mammal, yes. Bird, no. Eggs, also yes. No more questions. And for some reason, the males have venomous spurs on its hind legs. Coming in at number 9 is the proboscis monkey, found exclusively on the island of Borneo, especially around mangrove forests and wetlands. And somebody please explain this man's nose, because the males have these enormous noses that can hang over their mouths, but it's attractive to the ladies. Nature really said, ladies, I found him. He's got the nose. But the thing is, the nose isn't just there to ruin family photographs. It helps amplify the male's calls, which can travel through the forest. And these monkeys are also excellent swimmers. They'll jump from trees straight into the water to escape predators. So this thing looks like a confused accountant, but apparently it's also a professional escape artist. Never judge the nose. At number 8 is the pistol shrimp, found in tropical and subtropical oceans around the world, and this tiny shrimp has a weapon that sounds like somebody made it up. One of its claws can snap shut so quickly that it creates a powerful shock wave in the surrounding water. The collapse of the resulting bubble produces an intense burst of heat, light, and sound. From a shrimp. And we can't even do that when we clap. This thing is smaller than your hand and it's walking around underwater with a biological sound cannon. Imagine being a fish, you see a shrimp and you're thinking it's an easy meal. Then the shrimp snaps you out of existence like Thanos, and suddenly your entire afternoon has been canceled. Number 7 is the vampire squid, and it lives deep in the ocean where sunlight barely reaches. And yes, it looks like something that should be collecting souls, but despite the name, that thing actually doesn't drink blood. It mostly feeds on drifting organic material called marine snow. Yes, marine snow. That's the scientific term. So this terrifying deep sea creature spends its day eating what is basically underwater leftovers, and when it's threatened, it can turn its webbed arms outward, making itself look even more ridiculous. This animal went through all that trouble to look terrifying just to eat ocean crumbs. Nature has jokes. Coming in at number 6, I'm pretty sure if you watch Madagascar, you've heard of the Fusa. This animal is found only on the island of Madagascar, and before you ask what kind of cat it is not a cat. It looks like a weird combination of a cougar, mongoose, and somebody's unfinished sketch, but this thing is actually Madagascar's largest native carnivorous mammal, and it's an incredible climber. It can move through trees with remarkable agility, using its long tail for balance and flexible ankles to help descend head first. So basically, Madagascar looked at the predator and said, give it parkour, and this thing hunts lemurs, which means if you're a lemur living in Madagascar, even the trees aren't safe, because apparently the predator has unlocked climbing. Number 5, the Gerenuk, found across parts of eastern Africa, including Kenya, Ethiopia, Somalia, and Tanzania. Also, this is a gazelle that stands on 2 legs, because apparently 4 legs weren't getting the job done. The Gerenuk uses those ridiculously long legs and neck to reach leaves that other antelope can't. So while everybody else is eating grass, this one stands up like, you know what, I would prefer the deluxe foliage. Talk about bougie. And it can balance upright while reaching into the trees. Imagine seeing a herd of normal antelope and then one of them just suddenly stands up. I'd leave. I don't know what that is, but I'm leaving. 4. The pink fairy armadillo, found in central Argentina. And I need everybody to understand something right now. This is an armadillo, a pink armadillo, and it's tiny. It spends most of its time underground using its claws to burrow through loose, sandy soil. So basically, nature took an armored tank, made it the size of a small loaf of bread, gave it a pink shell, and told it, disappear. And it does. This little creature is so rarely seen that even finding one can be difficult. Imagine being an animal so mysterious that even nature has trouble keeping track of you. Pink furry armadillo, the underground Pokemon nobody unlocked. 3. The Japanese spider crab, and yes, as the name suggests, it's found in the deep waters around Japan. And I don't care what nobody says, that is not a crab, that is a boss fight. Its legs can stretch up to an enormous span, up to around 12 feet across in the largest individuals. 12 feet. You could put this thing in your living room and immediately start reconsidering your lease. But despite looking like something that escaped from a horror movie, it's mostly a scavenger and opportunistic feeder. So imagine seeing a 12-foot crab walking toward you and then finding out it's not even angry. It's just looking for lunch. Number 2, shout out to Blue Planet Seeds of Life because this is where I saw it first. The barrel-eye fish, found in the deep ocean, and good news. Yes, it's alive. Bad news, I don't know if it should be though. That's one thing. The barrel eye has a transparent, fluid-filled dome over its head. Try saying that fast. And underneath that dome are tubular eyes that can rotate. So this fish basically has a glass ceiling for a forehead, and those eyes can point upward when it's looking for its prey. Then rotate forward when it's ready to eat. Imagine having eyes so advanced that you don't even need to turn your head. You just look up, then rotate the eyeballs and handle business. This is not a fish. This is an underwater surveillance equipment. And at number 1, a nightmare for anybody on the beach. This is the bobbit worm, found in tropical and subtropical waters, especially throughout the Indo-Pacific. And I saved this one for number 1 because what in the final fury is this? This thing can grow 7 feet long, but spends most of its life buried beneath the seafloor. Only the front portion is exposed, and it waits, quietly, patiently, for something to get close enough. Then it launches its jaws forward and grabs the prey. So you're swimming around the ocean thinking you're having a peaceful day while underneath you is a 7-foot long worm waiting for you like, eventually somebody's going to swim past. That's not hunting, that's camping with teeth. And the worst part is, you probably wouldn't even know it was there. This is the bobbit worm. proof that sometimes the ocean doesn't need monsters because apparently the worms are already clocked in.